could she have done to have deserved so terrible a punishment?
Something awful. She married a mortal.
Is it injudicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious? Why, it strikes at the root of the whole fairy system. By our laws, the fairy who marries a mortal dies.
But Iolanthe didn't die.
No, because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life on condition that she left her husband without a word of explanation and never communicated with him again. That sentence she's now looking out at the bottom of that stream. Yes, but when I banished her, I gave her all the pleasant places of the earth to dwell in. I'm sure I never intended for her to go and live at the bottom of a stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone. Think of the dam, and her chest was always delicate. And the frogs. I shall never enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Then why not summon her and ask her?
Why? Because if I set eyes upon her, I should forgive her at once.
Then why not forgive her? 25 years, it's a long time.
Think how we loved her.
Loved her? What was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing upon a cobweb? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to dance with a gossamer? Iolanthe.
She certainly did surprising things. Oh, give her back to us, great queen, for your sake, if not for ours.
Oh, I should be strong, but I am weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Oh, her punishment has been heavier than I intended. I did not mean that she should live among the frogs. And, well, it shall be as you wish. It shall be as you wish.
Come,
near my son Strephon.
Bless my heart. I did not know you had a son.
He was born soon after I left my husband by your royal command, but he does not even know of his father's existence.
How old is he?
He's 24.
24? You would think you had a son of 24.
But that's one of the advantages of being immortal. We never grow old.
Is he pretty?
He's extremely pretty, but inclined to be stout.
Oh, I see no objection to stoutness in moderation.
What is he? He's an Arcadian shepherd, and he loves Phyllis, a ward in Chancery.
A mere shepherd, and he hath a fairy.
He's a fairy down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
Dear me! I have no reason to believe that I am more curious than other people, but I confess I should like to see a person who is a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Nothing easier, for here he comes.
Good morrow, good mother. Good mother, good morrow. By some means or other, great vanished your sorrow. With joy of telling my bosom is swelling, so joy of pleasure express the pleasure. For I'm to be married today, today. Yes, I'm to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today, today. Yes, he's to be married today. Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage with his beautiful ward, Phyllis.
Not he, indeed. To all my tearful prayers he answers me, a shepherd lad is no fit helpmate for a ward of chancery. I stood in court, and there I sang him songs of Arcady, with flageolet accompaniment, in vain. At first he seemed amused, so did the bar, but quickly wearying of my song and pipe, bade me get out. A servile usher then, in crumpled bands and rusty bombazine, led me still singing into Chancery Lane. I'll go no more. I'll marry her today, and brave the upshot, be what it may. But who are these?
Strephon, rejoice with me, for my queen has pardoned me.
Pardon you, mother, this is good news indeed.
And these ladies are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters, then? They're my aunts.
A pleasant piece of news for your bride on her wedding day.
Hush, my bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. She thinks me mortal and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done you much good.
Much good, my dear aunt. It's the curse of my existence. What's the use of being half a fairy? My body can creep through a keyhole, but what's the good of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible, down to the waist. It's of no use when my legs remain exposed to view. My brain is a fairy brain, but from the waist downwards, I'm a gibbering idiot. My upper half is immortal, but my lower half grows older every day, and someday or other must die of old age. And what's to become of my upper half when I've buried my lower half? I really don't know.
Poor fellow! I see your difficulty. But with a fairy brain, you should seek an intellectual sphere of action. And let me see, I've a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
Oh, very member. That would be delightful.
I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, down to the waist, I am a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals. And on a division, they'd be sure to carry me into the wrong lobby. You see, they're 2 to 1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You shall be returned as a liberal conservative. And your legs shall be our peculiar care.
I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No, we are fairies down to the feet. Fare thee well.
All in all.
one for me. Which is exasperating for my sentimental chancellor. Which is exasperating for my sentimental chancellor. And now, my lords, to the business of the day. By all means. Phyllis, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in a body to give her to whichever one of you she may think proper to select. And a noble lord has just gone to a cottage to request her immediate attendance. It would be idle to deny that I myself have the misfortune to be singularly attracted by this young person. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago, I was a stout man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I would unhesitatingly award her to myself. For I can conscientiously say that I know of no man who is so well fitted to render her exceptionally happy. But such an award would be open to misconstruction, and therefore, at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire, on the part of this house, to express its sincere sympathy with your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of a Lord Chancellor who is in love with a ward of court are not to be envied. What is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marry his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt of his own court? And if he commit himself for contempt of his own court, can he appear by counsel before himself to move for arrest of his own judgment? Ah, my lords, it is indeed painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with such thorns as these.
My lords, I have much pleasure in announcing that I have succeeded in inducing the young person to present herself at the bar of this house.
I'm very much pleased
virtuous scorn the well connected. I rank in heart no shame, we boast and equal claim, with him of humble name to be respected. Blue blood, the virtuous blood is sought, that blood is not, originating from the blood of blood, our blue blood. When virtuous blood is sought, thy power is not, originating from the blood of blood, our blue blood. Spare us the bitter pain of scarly Niles, nor with love or disdain augment our trials. Hearts just as pure and fair, may beat in Belgrade Square, as in the lonely air of 7 Niles. Blue blood, of what availeth thou to serve us now, originating from the blood of blood, our blue blood. Of what availeth thou to serve us now, originating from the blood of blood, our blue blood.
My lords, it may not be, with grief my heart is riven. You waste your time on me, for my heart is given.
And who has dared to brave our high displeasure, and thus defy a definite command? 'Tis I, young Strephon, mine is priceless treasure. Against the world, I claim my darling's hand. A shepherd I, a shepherd he, a Argadine, a Argadine, betrothed on day, espoused today. A shepherd he, a Argadine, a shepherd he, a Argadine, betrothed is he, and is to be espoused today. 'Neath this blow was the stab of dagger, though we momentarily stagger. In each heart, brotherly innately, let's depart, dignified and stately. Let's depart, dignified and stately, 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 dignified and stately. She's badly bruising, in another suit of choosing. Let's pretend it's most amusing. Let's pretend it's most amusing. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Ta-ta-ra, 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 ra 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 ra. Ta-ta-ra, ta-ta-ra. Now, my good sir, what excuse have you to offer for having disobeyed an order of the Court of Chancery? My lord, I know no courts of chancery. I go by nature's acts of parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the rooks, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains and the mountains cry, you love that maiden, take her, we command you. 'Tis written in heaven, by the bright barbed dart, which leaps forth into lurid light from each grim thundercloud. The very rain pours forth her sad and sodden sympathy. When chorus nature bids me take my love, shall I reply nay, but a certain chancellor forbids it? Sir, you are England's Lord High Chancellor, but Are you Chancellor of birds and trees, King of the winds, and Prince of thunder clouds?
No. It's a nice point. I don't know that I've ever met it before. But my difficulty is that at present there's no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence. You have my word. I tell you she bade me take my love.
Ah, my good sir, you mustn't tell us what she told you. It's not evidence. Now, an affidavit from a thunder shower, or a few words on earth from a heavy storm would meet with all the attention they deserve.
And have you the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a case which bubbles over with poetical emotion?
Distinctly. I have always kept my duty strictly before my eyes, and it is to that fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to myself, said I'll work on a new and original plan. Said I to myself, said I'll never assume that a rover in ink is a gentleman worthy implicit belief, because his attorney has sent me a brief. Said I to myself, said ere I go into court, I shall read my brief through. Said I to myself, said and I'll never take work I'm unable to do. Said I to myself, said my learned profession I'll never disgrace by taking a fee with a grin on my face. But I haven't been there to attend to the case. Said I to myself, said I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eyes. Said I to myself, said or hoodwink a judge who's not so wise. Said I to myself, said or assume that the witness who's summoned in force and extended Queen's bench common pleas on enforce have perjured themselves as a matter of course. Said I to myself, said if other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said the army, the navy, the church, and the stage. Said I to myself, said professional license and carried too far, your chance of promotion will certainly mar. And I fancy that rule might apply to the bar. Said I to myself, said
Oh, Phyllis, to be taken from you, just as I was on the point of making you my own. It's too much. It is too much.
My son in tears, and on his wedding day.
My wedding day. Oh, Mother, weep with me, for the law has interposed between us, and the Lord Chancellor has separated us forever.
The Lord Chancellor? Oh, if he did but know.
If he did, Mother, what?
No matter. The Lord Chancellor has no power over you. You are half a fairy. You can defy him. Down to the waist.
Yes, but from the waist downwards, he can commit me to prison for years. Of what avail is it if my body is free, if my legs are working out 7 years penal servitude?
True. But take heart. Our queen has promised you her special protection. I'll go to her and lay your peculiar case before her.
My beloved mother, how can I repay the debt I owe you?
I heard him say that on a rainy day, to while the time away, I heard him call. He lived below and said,
mother. What? This lady's my mother.
This lady is what? He says she's his mother.
What means this mirth unseemly that shakes the listening earth?
The joke is good extremely, and justifies our mirth.
This gentleman is seen with a maid of 17, the taking of his fellowship found the empty. And what does he achieve when he asks to leave? She's his mother and he's nearly 5 and 20.
Recollect yourself, I pray, and be careful what you say, as the ancient Roman said, lest I forget. For I really do not see how so young a girl could be the mother of a lad of 5 and 20.
By all of evidence I have on earth, she has been my mother from my birth. If baby all upon her lap I lay, with infant fortune moistened at my clay, and she with her the succor she supplied, my hunger quelled, strengthened, might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
And that refreshment been denied, indeed our strength might have died. But as she's not his mother or his, why weep his heart unnecessary tears? And by what law should we so joyously rejoice because our strength did not die? Or rather let us pipe our high, because our strength did not die. That's very true, let's pipe our high, because our strength did not die.
God's gracious one, whatever we must pause, to the only Lord, I give my heart.
Oh, rapture! Oh, rapture!
God's woman, you did to save me.
caught me talking to another.
Oh, fine, our servant is alone.
Tell her very plainly that the lady is my mother.
Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
She won't believe my statement and declares we must be parted, because on a parade of double dealing I have started. She gives a pep to one of these and really broken-hearted.
Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
What cruel was to separate two lovers from each other? Oh, fine, our servant's not her own. You've done an injustice, for the lady is his mother. Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
The fabled perhaps they servants turn as well as any other. I didn't see her face, but it made fun of one another. The teen was 17, I didn't believe it was his mother. Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
I have often had the use for a thoroughbred excuse of a son which is English for a pen day. But of all I ever heard, this is much and most absurd, for she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
For she is 17 and he is 4 and 20. Oh, fine, our servant is alone.
Now listen great to me, for this paradox will be carried nobody at all contradicente. Her age upon the date of this birth was minus 8, and she's 17.
She is 17 and he is only 20.
Say she is his mother, is the cause of his folly.
Oh, fine, our servant is alone.
Perhaps his brain is silent and his very melancholy.
Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
I wouldn't say a word that could be recognized and joyous, but to find a mother younger than my son is very curious.
And there's a fine mother that is usually all experience. Taradiddle, tall blonde maid.
Go away, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, with your prude, madam, brazen face. To compare, madam, interfere, madam, we compare, madam, I am one. Don't know where, madam, what you dare, madam, so take care, madam, let me go.
Let us say, madam, I should say, madam, they display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to allude, madam, to your prude, madam, brazen face. We don't fear, madam, any fear, madam, but my dear, madam, this is one. They will stare, madam, we're aware, madam, what they dare, madam, what they know.
And by these puny mortals, I will launch from very portals all the most heroic thunders in my armory of wonders. Should they launch to lead with wonders? Oh, Chancellor unwary, it's highly necessary. Your tongue to teach respectful speech, your attitude to vary, your body large so wary, your manner arbitrary, are all to please when face to face with an influential fairy.
We never knew we were talking to an influential fairy.
Legal Miss Gary, I'm in a nice swamp dairy. Long hasty tone with dates unknown, I ought to be more cherry. It seems that she's a fairy from Anderson's library, and I took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
Oh, ladies, seminary.
When next your houses do assemble, you may tremble. Oh, wrath when gentlemen offend us is tremendous. They meet who underrate our calling, doom appalling. Take down our sentence as we speak it, and he shall be hit.
Oh, spare us.
Heads will scrape and cast away, crooks and pipes and ribbons survey, blocks and cherished rights you enjoy on Friday nights. We shall break that annual blister. Marriage with deceased wife's sister. Titles shall ennoble then